Welterweight bout. Tim Means back in action, coming in at plus 140 against Andre Fialho, sitting at minus 170, over under 1.5 rounds. Minus 140 for the over, plus 110 for the under. Both men 2-3 in their last 5. Somebody's got to pick up a win. Tim Means nearly 40 years old. Andre Fialho nearly 30. The last time out for him was yet again another knockout loss for Andre Fialho. It's now 3 in a row. He's been knocked out in either the second or third round. It was Joaquin Buckley last time, Salikov before that, Jake Matthews before that. Came into the UFC on that short notice fight against Michel Pereira. Gave him a good fight, back-to-back wins, and then it's been 3-fight losing streak in a row. It's just been very clear over the past 3 fights. Like he's live in round 1, and then just eventually falls apart as it goes into the second and third round. I mean, the gas tank isn't great, but it almost just seems like he loses some type of ability to dodge a punch, take a punch. He just doesn't take it very well. Tim Means, not the biggest power puncher. So it's probably why you're looking at Fialho as the favorite there. But he's been around for a long time, and he's got a pretty good significant strike ratio. Even in his last few fights, like he's still able to put up some volume on him. But then he's been submitted in 2 of his last 3 losses. So I don't know if Fialho is going to mix in a submission. I doubt it. But I mean, Tim Means, he's not like the worst guy on the feet. If he could take a punch from Fialho, I think he's somewhat live in this one. What are you thinking?
I think he's live too. I really do. I mean, he hasn't been knocked out since 2019 against Nico Price, and that's actually the only knockout loss in his long UFC career. I mean, when his downfall is the ground. I mean, he gets subbed by a lot of guys, but Fialho, I don't think he's ever attempted a takedown in the UFC, never attempted a submission in the UFC. I mean, he wants to stand and bang. The one thing, though, with Tim Means is he is getting up there towards 40 years old. He's taken a lot of damage in fights. Fialho does hit harder than, a lot of Tim Means' last, I don't even want to, maybe 3 opponents. Both guys on 3-fight losing streaks. The one thing that sticks out to me, though, from Tim Means is, guys that are kind of that brawling hard hitters, like sometimes he's so long that he makes it tough for him to hit him, and he'll counter and he'll use that jab really well. Like I look at the Mike Perry fight, which was during COVID, like it wasn't that long ago. He pieced up Mike Perry. I mean, Mike Perry now, the guy that's the bare knuckle legend, the guy that likes to brawl in there, like he pieced him up and outlanded him 128-64. So, like you said, though, not a lot of power on the feet, just pretty technical and really long with his punches. Which, if Fialho can't go out there and get a first round finish or even a second round finish, like Tim Means might rack it up in the third round because he's durable. He'll be there at the end of the fight. So I'd honestly be really interested to see what a Tim Means round 3 finish line looked like, because Tim Means isn't really finishing dudes in a long time. Fialho is on a 3-fight knockout losing streak to good strikers, though. So it makes it interesting. I think Tim Means, though, is live. I just think he's got to be careful early. He's got to get that jab going, and he's just got to outland Fialho, because at some point Fialho is going to land some decent shots. He will. But as the fight goes on, if you just keep the volume on him, Fialho tends to break or at least slow down. And if he does that enough, I think it's going to look pretty good to the judges for Tim Means.
Yeah, I mean, Tim Means, I think Tim Means is live, which is like, it's crazy to say that because he just hasn't really looked good. But Fialho at minus 175,
That's
I mean,
disgusting.
Probably better off just taking like round 1 KO.
Yeah.
Or round 2 KO maybe, but like I just wouldn't trust him past round 1, because I mean even Tim Means is able to put up good numbers in round 1. Like he outstruck Alex Morono's last time out in round 1, landed 32-18. Fialho not a volume puncher by any means. Like you look at his significant strike ratio, it's pretty bad. Like he lands 3 per minute, absorbs over 5.5. So what are the odds he wins a decision? Like not very likely. Probably better off just taking him round 1 KO and searching for that. So I'm gonna go with Tim Means for the pick, because I do think he's been very durable throughout his career too. So knock on wood for that. He's gonna be my pick. Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Look, I mean, Tim Means in his last 3 losses, though, has landed more than 1 takedown on all those guys, too. So that's in his back pocket. Like, if he does get rocked with a big shot or something, like, he has the ability to take Fialho down, I believe. And if he does that, that's just wearing on the gas tank of Fialho. So, like you said, man, he's a live dog. I like it. I like it a lot. I'll take him for the pick, too. I like the Dirty Bird.
The Dirty Bird. Get back on track, kid.